tonight as life is gay.
A series of murders, starring Bill Nighy as Charles Paris.
In the morning, I'm standing at a checkout trying to decide whether I can afford the fruit and the bottle of bells. In the afternoon, I go for a telly audition, and a week later, Charles Paris has landed a nice juicy part in the Stanislas Braid Mysteries. I chose the bells, by the way. No contest.
That's a take. Thank you, everyone. Move on to scene 18. Costume change for you, Russell.
Yeah, I'd like to go again, if that's all right with everyone.
Rick says that was great for him, so I think
well, look, I know I can do it better, and I'm sure Charles wouldn't mind running the scene one more time, would you, Charles?
Thanks to Russell's retakes, we were 10 scenes behind, and it was only week 1.
We're very behind schedule, Russell.
Yeah, schedules are not my problem, Patrick. Looking bad on screen is. So please, tell our director I'd like to do it again.
40 years ago, Russell was a good-looking charmer, but as the looks faded, so had the charm, and his reputation in the business was now summed up in one word: difficult. While our first assistant director translated Rick's expletives into reasoned argument, Sippy Stokes arrived on the set. She was a lousy actress, but a walking, talking Silicon Valley. How are you finding the show so far?
Well, profile's good, yeah? And my agent's like, it's so not going to do me any harm if I get the next job. So I'm like, yeah, cool.
I was following one word in 10. You got another job lined up?
We haven't, signed the contract, but I'm a definite pencil. And if I get it, it's going to, put me straight into the A-list.
I didn't know what list I was on, but I was sure I'd need more than 26 letters.
It's called Under the Knife. And what it is 6 celebrities working with a top surgeon, and the public vote for who gets expelled and who gets to do a real operation.
Sounds great.
I presented a late night show on satellite, UK Babes. It's a bit like Film 2004, only about adult DVDs.
Yeah.
But this will be like a definite step up the celebrity ladder.
Okay, everyone take 5.
There's no greater turn-off than listening to someone else's ambition, so I was relieved when Pat called a tea break.
Gone from the muffin, Charles?
Yeah.
I thought you were a strict chocky-bicky man.
Variety's the spice of life.
So I keep telling you.
Since I took up drinking at a professional level, I defined people by what they drank. Pat was Mexican lager swigged from the bottle, whereas Les Merchant, our scriptwriter, was a bitter man, in all senses of the word.
Morning, troops. Anyone sees a producer, tip me the wink so I can leg it.
Well, I did hear Ben Doherty was looking for you.
That's all my ulcer needs. I just want 5 minutes peace and quiet to fill my veins with high cholesterol food.
25 years ago, Les had been acclaimed most promising new playwright, but he broke his promise and was now reduced to turning Winifred Railton's tired old books into prime-time family drama.
Lovely script, Les. You've done a cracking job.
Oh, God bless you, Charles, but the books are well past the best before.
Watch it. The author and her weird sister are knocking about the building yet again. My props boy caught him behind the set moaning about how Stanislas Braid would never have a rug like that.
I take it we're not talking about Russell's toupee.
Oh, no, Charles.
Any self-respecting writer would sit back and count the interest. But Winnie can't cut the cord between her and her master sleuth. In future, I only adapt dead authors.
Anyone sitting here, gents?
Oh, no, you're all right. Fresh from the rock and roll hall of imminent obscurity, Jamie Sheehan was the cocky heartthrob from last year's pop sensation Boys Are Us, with a Z and an R, of course.
Well, we're not very rock and roll at this table, but if you've got a spare groupie or two, I could lend a hand in an emergency.
Not me, sunshine. I'm a happily married family man these days.
As the CD sales fell, Jamie decided to take the well-trodden path from crap singer to crap actor.
Yeah, I'd watch out, Les. Russell Bentley's whining about his lines again.
Ungrateful old ham. I shed blood, sweat and tears to flesh out Winnie's 2D characters.
Well, I shouldn't have bothered. Russell's 2D acting was perfect casting.
Yeah, well, there's some dodgy casting all round, if you ask me.
Well, you got problems with the role of Sergeant Finn, Jamie? I know you haven't been acting
Les
long,
is
but...
just bitter about your youth, good looks and obscene wealth.
Water off a duck's back, Charles. I've heard it all before.
What's Rick I feel sorry for, with Russell yapping at his heels like a demented poodle, Winnie banging on about the spirit of her books, and Ben Doherty driving him nuts over the budget.
Just as well as getting all that after-hours comfort.
What's all this? But before I could find out, tea break was over and the group dispersed. I was gagging for a proper drink, and as I wasn't needed in the next scene, I headed off to the subsidised bar. I knew all the shortcuts and was just nipping through the scene dock when...
Bloody hell! Charles, what are you creeping around back here for?
The props boy's pustular face was as grey as my sheets and twice as sinful, and I had a feeling that if I joined the spots, it would have spelt the word guilty.
I didn't mean to make you jump, Tony. Are you all right? You look a bit wobbly.
I'm fine. You just...
But his pager saved him from squirming and he scurried off. I went to cut through the props room. The door was wedged by something heavy on the other side, so I put my shoulder to it. The props room was in chaos. A huge shelf had crashed down, bits of broken china everywhere. Then I saw it. A dark pool of blood spreading across the concrete floor.
Here's to Lisa Stokes. Not the worst actress in the world, but bloody close.
For God's sake, Les, if you'd seen all that blood and this horrible hole in the back of her
Point
head...
taken. Fade to black and leave the rest to the imagination.
Who'd do a thing like that?
So who says anyone did anything? Police said a shelf came down.
But she wasn't crushed, and I heard the police doctor say the head wound was caused by an impact with something blunt and heavy.
You know, Ben Doherty wanted to keep it quiet and hope the cast wouldn't notice. Of course, the way Lisa acted. Sorry, bad taste. Anyway, the show goes on and I end up with a ton of rewrites.
They ought to cut their losses and start again with another actress.
Yeah, that's going to happen. Get real, Charles. It cost a fortune.
So what then?
I come up with a contrived plot point to explain why Christina suddenly disappears. Then I introduce long-lost sister Elvira, who's conveniently been away at a Swiss finishing school.
That's absurd.
That's telly. Don't you ever watch it?
Well, not if there's a happy hour somewhere in West London. What does Winifred Railton have to say about the sister character?
Like anyone cares. You sign the contract, you sell your soul to West End Television. Anyway, I made the script changes last week, so it's all done and dusted.
But Lisa only died this morning.
Entre nous, she was going to go anyway. One day into filming, it was obvious she was a liability. Ben just had to figure out how and when to fire her without wasting what we'd shot. The plan was to finish episode 1, give Lisa the heave-ho, enter Elvira stage left, holding a pound of Emmental and cuckoo clock.
Did Lisa know she was going to be fired?
Yeah, Ben was going to take out a full page in the stage. Come on, Charles. She'd have done a runner just to balls things up.
I can't believe an actor wouldn't know they were about to be dumped.
Don't worry, you're safe. Everyone loves Sergeant Collins. Look, they didn't even tell Rick.
But he's the director.
Only of alternate episodes. He'd have come back to a done deal.
But if Lisa was so bad, how come she got cast in the first place?
Now, that is something Rick might know.
I took the tube back to my flat in Notting Hill. Well, Notting Hill borders. Okay, Paddington. The estate agents called it a studio flat, which means bedsit, and I moved here after Francis and I split up. I couldn't sleep, so sprawled on the bed drinking scotch and growing morose.
I'm afraid I can't come to the phone at the moment, but please leave a message after... Hello, I'm here.
Hi, it's me.
Charles?
Yeah.
What time is it?
Time?
Are you drunk?
A bit.
A bit?
A bit more than a bit.
It's nearly 1:30.
Is it? Sorry.
Is this you phoning all the booze?
I've had a bit of a shock.
It's not Juliet. Has something happened?
No, Juliet's on a gap year.
I thought maybe she'd phoned you or something.
Well, if she needed help, she's more likely to call you than me. No, something happened at work today, and...
You've got a job?
Ugh.
No wonder you're in shock.
Ha ha. I told you I had a telly.
I haven't heard from you in 3 months.
It can't be that long.
2 a.m. that time. You said you'd call again at the weekend.
Did I say which weekend? Sorry.
Congratulations on the job. I'm very pleased for you, but I've got to get up early.
Somebody died.
Who?
An actress.
Someone you were close to?
No, nothing like that. She was only 22.
When did that stop you?
Never miss a chance, dear Francis.
That makes 2 of us.
I found the body.
Oh. Sorry.
It's just going round and round in my head, and I can't help thinking it wasn't an accident.
Oh, no.
What?
Most actors do crosswords when they're killing time, but you come on like a cut-price Poirot. Leave policing to the police. You're an actor, Charles. Act.
You've got a lovely voice. Did you know that? It's very sexy. Francis?
I'm still here.
I'd love to see you.
Would you?
Wouldn't you like to see me too?
Life's more peaceful when I don't.
Well, who wants peace? There's plenty of time for peace when we're dead. Have you got your diary there? Let's pin down a date to meet.
I haven't got a pen.
Pencil, then. Pencil me in. Make me a definite pencil.
Phone me back when I'm awake and you're sober.
All right, I'll tell you what. Next day, I was trying to play the role of Charles Paris, dependable jobbing actor who had definitely knocked down an entire bottle of scotch the night before. It wasn't easy, and by the end of the afternoon I needed a hair of the dog, so I nipped back to my dressing room. Hang on a minute.
Oh, bloody hell, Charles. Trying to defy medical science? Oh, don't give me that look of wounded innocence. You can't fool me.
God, it didn't show on camera, did it?
Don't worry. Anyway, you can sleep it off tomorrow. Les can't get all the rewrites done by the morning, so the schedule's out the window. And Rick's sobbing quietly to himself in an editing suite.
Is he sobbing over the show or over Lisa?
Oh, wouldn't we like to know? They were certainly close personal friends, in inverted commas.
Do you happen to know how close?
Close enough for Rick to go all alpha male when he saw Lisa and Jamie Sheen at the Groucho Tuesday night.
I had to find out what had been going on between Rick and Lisa, so I mooched over to the editing suite on a social pretext.
Charles, what can I do for you?
I wondered if you fancied a drink.
Oh, I love one, but I'm stuck here for a couple of hours.
Struth, do I really look that bad on screen?
Oh, nobody likes the way they look on telly. Apart from Russell, of course.
I couldn't possibly comment on the outrageous vanity of a much-respected colleague.
Take a seat. I can't do anything till my editor comes back with the tape the library failed to send down. Yet another cock-up.
And this terrible business with Lisa.
Oh, don't go there.
I hardly knew her, but...
But you'd heard I did?
Well...
Look, the truth is she was the first girl I got involved with since the divorce. It wasn't a heavy commitment or anything.
Sure.
It was just a good time thing, you know?
Sure. The past couple of days must have been hell for you.
Oh, I've known better. And you were the poor bugger who found her.
What is that scene on Monitor 2?
Oh, that's one of Braid's meaningful moments, you know, the genius deep in thought.
When did you record it?
Yesterday morning, just after the tea break. Why?
Something about the set. I don't know.
What?
Feel free to tell me to mind my own business, but were you and Lisa still, I mean, up until she... No, forget I asked. I'm sorry, it's none of my business.
Why are you so interested in me and Lisa?
It's just I'd seen her and Jamie having a laugh messing about, so I'd assumed...
Yeah, well, you'd assume wrong.
Brown sugar, how come you taste so good? Brown sugar, like a young girl should. Hello.
Charles, Morris.
Morris?
Your agent?
Yes, Morris. Hang on. Morris was a vintage Armagnac man. He could afford to be, the amount he bled from his clients. Sorry, breakfast.
It's nearly lunchtime. You haven't been fired.
Thanks for the vote of confidence, Morris. How nice to hear from you and not a 10-year-old assistant who gets my name wrong.
Yeah, well, if you're going to be facetious, I won't tell you about the availability check I've just had from the National.
The National Theatre?
No, National Car Parks.
What's the production?
Don't get excited. You can't do it.
I've been the voice of a cheese triangle. I can do anything.
You're not available thanks to the Stanislas Braid mysteries, remember? Anyway, you're better off with some well-paid telly.
You mean you are?
Speaking of telly, I heard about that Stokes girl.
You don't miss much.
It's my job to know what's going on.
In other words, gossip.
Don't underestimate the importance of gossip in this business. You should hear what they say about you.
What?
That no one in the series can hold a candle to your performance as Sergeant Collins, of course.
Yeah.
Is Russell Bentley still dishing out the ham?
What did you say?
I said, is Russell Benson...
Candlesticks.
What?
The other day I had to do a scene in Braid's study which involved me picking up and putting down a candlestick.
I can barely wait to see this
But
show.
there were two. Do you see a pair of candlesticks?
No expense spent.
Last night Rick was editing a scene he shot around the time Lisa died, but there was only one candlestick. I bet the other one was the murder weapon.
Oh, well, that's cut and dried then. Charles spots a continuity cock-up. Shame rains down on Scotland Yard. Anyway, who said anything about murder?
It didn't look like an accident to me.
Well, accident or not, there's always a silver lining.
Meaning?
One of my clients is replacing Lisa Stokes.
Really? Who?
Joanne Reimer.
Any relation to Gwen?
Daughter. And she's definitely inherited her mother's talent.
It was Gwen's other talents I remember better.
Yeah, I represent her too.
Do you?
And I'm Joanne's godfather.
Ah. I'm sure she's a lovely girl and a fine actress.
Yeah, she's also very pretty and young enough to be your daughter. Enjoy your day off, Charles.
Thank you. Bye, Morris. I wanted to think about the events leading up to Lisa's death, so I ran a scalding hot bath and just settled back when... hello, Charles Paris.
Oh, hello, Mr. Paris. This is Winifred Railton.
Oh, what a coincidence. I was just thinking about you in the bath. I was in the bath thinking, shall we start again?
Let's. Forgive me phoning you at home, but I was hoping we could meet for a private conversation away from work. Perhaps you'd come for tea. Say Tuesday afternoon at 3.
Well, I'd have to check
Your
my...
schedule's quite free that day. I've checked.
Is it? In that case, how can I refuse?
I'll give you directions of the read-through. Don't catch a chill, Mr. Paris.
I gave up on the bath and took a slow walk to a smoky old pub Francis and I used to love, a proper drinker's pub, where a man can think while he's wrecking his lungs and liver. This is the Coach and Horses, isn't it?
It was the last time I looked.
Well, it was the last time I looked. What's happened to Big Jack? Beer gut, bad teeth, pituitary problem.
He left the same day as the sticky floral carpet. We're under new management. What can I get you?
Well, I was going to have a large scotch and a plate of chips.
How about a large malt with potato wedges and aioli?
Go on, then.
Right.
Hello?
I'm sober and you sound awake.
I can hear jazz. When did you develop good taste?
One double malt, sir?
What happened to Mr. Stone Cold Sober?
Milkshake. Double malted milkshake.
Mm-hmm.
They pontified the Coach and Horses.
About time. I never understood why you liked it so much. Tell me about this job.
You are talking to TV's Sergeant Collins, foil to amateur sleuth Stanislas Braid. I'd like to take down your particulars, madam.
How do you know I'm wearing any?
Hello.
So, Winifred Railton's making a comeback. I loved her books when I was younger.
It's all a bit lavender-scented for me. I like my crime a bit edgier.
No. Reality ruins everything. A good detective novel's like a warm bath. You just lie there and let the story wash over you.
Really? How about I pop over and scrub your back?
Take a cold shower, Charles.
I'm having tea with Miss Railton on Tuesday. I'll send your regards.
Do.
Maybe she can shed light on how Lisa Stokes died.
I told you to leave policing to the professionals.
So give me something better to do. Let's meet up, or I'll come over.
I can't. I've got plans. Maybe next weekend?
What?
Potato wedges and aioli, sir. That's £8.50, please.
How much? Monday morning's read-through was in a depressing church hall under a flyover on the A40. There was a new episode director, straight out of film school, and you could see the fear in his 100-yard stare. Lisa's place was filled by Joanne Reimer, disturbingly like a young version of her mother. Pat sidled up and thrust a page from a magazine into my hand.
There you go, Charles.
Huh?
Proof positive that Jamie's not quite the choir boy he makes out. Just don't let him see you reading it.
So I sneaked off to the gentleman's reading room. Everyone knows there's nothing wrong with Jamie Sheehan's marriage, or so ex-boys are, our singer tells us. So let's hope his lovely wife Sally knows all about UK babes stunner Lisa Stokes, pictured here with him last Tuesday night. Now Jamie's quit music for Lovey Land. Let's hope he's not been Caught in the act. Lovey land. Dear God.
Now I'm home, Daddy. I was hoping I might be able to help you in your work. After all, who knows your methods better than your own daughter?
Darling Elvira, so like your mother, I can see I'm going to have my work cut out now you're back. Oh, God, look, sorry, can we stop a moment? I mean, isn't it patently obvious that Elvira is Christina by another name? I mean, all this twaddle about finishing schools in Switzerland. What's the point?
Yeah.
Quite right.
Oh, God, the old biddies have piped up.
Why not let... sorry, darling, what's your name?
Joanne.
Yeah, why not let Joanne play Christina and have done with it?
Mr. Bentley's right.
If you cast your minds back to episode 1, Christina appears with a different face.
Well, let's reshoot our scenes in episode 1.
Couldn't agree more. Absolutely. It's bad enough you cut corners on the sets and costumes, but to drop one of my best loved characters...
Well, with all due respect, most of the viewers have probably never read the books, so it really won't matter whether Braid's daughter is called Christina, Elvira, or Brittany, for that matter.
It matters to me. And me.
Bang on cue, Ben Doherty walked in with a face like Mussolini on a bad day, and order was temporarily restored. An hour later, we blinked out into the West London smog.
Time to pack your bags, Charles.
Why?
You're off to the seaside next week. Isle of Purbeck, my darling. So don't forget a bucket and spade.
Who else is going?
Jamie, Russell, the new girl Joanne, so that should keep you busy.
Well, I'm flattered you should say so, but I'll be tucked up early with Tessa the D'Urbervilles.
Oh, lucky Tess. By the way, looks like Russell and Winnie have got their own way.
Ben's agreed to reshoot.
Yeah, which means extra cash all round. Christmas has come early.
What's all this?
Oh, the drinks are on Charles.
Actually, I could do with one after that read-through. Any takers?
Buy me a cider in Darset. I've got schedules to do.
Jamie?
Oh, not much of a pub man these days. Tell you what, hop in the car and we'll go to my club.
We slowed down to Mach 2, and as the G-forces subsided, I opened my eyes, the better to admire the cream leather and the sweet smell of wealth.
Like the accountant says, use it or lose it. Hi, Sal.
Jamie's little headset kept him in permanent contact with the outside world.
Just on my way into town with a friend. A man. Say hello to Sally, Charles.
Hello, Sally.
Believe me now? Just gonna have a quick drink at the club. Don't forget I've booked the Ivy for 8. Give the girls a kiss for me. All right.
She sounds nice.
Sally turned my life round, mate. When I met her, I was going a bit tonto, but she sorted me out. She and the girls are the best thing that ever happened to me. You got kids?
One, daughter.
You know what it's like then. I'd do anything for her. Right, no cameras on this stretch. Let's open her up a bit.
I assumed the club meant the Groucho. I certainly wasn't expecting marbled pillars and leather wing-back chairs. Over a large scotch for me and a still mineral water for him, Jamie launched into his philosophy of life.
The key to success is focus, yeah? You've got to stay focused, find your energy and channel it positively.
Right. Nut?
No, I'm protein intolerant. Right. After I left Boys R Us, I did a solo gig at Glastonbury. Really opened up a spiritual channel in me. It was like clearing a blocked drain.
Good olives. How did you meet Sally?
Well, she was my lifestyle therapist.
Ah.
That's how I got into the acting. She made me realise life's not a dress rehearsal. If you want to do something, do it.
True enough. This business with Lisa Stokes puts it all in perspective, though, eh? A young, vibrant girl with everything going for her.
I don't want to speak ill of the dead, Charles, but she only had 2 things going for her, and they weren't going to win any acting awards.
Granted, she wasn't a great actress, but I keep wishing I'd got to know her a bit more. Or
Why?
Oh.
People die all the time. You can't get to know everyone.
Rick's taken it pretty badly.
Of course. He's the only reason she landed the part.
I thought you were quite friendly with her too.
You've been reading gossip columns, Charles. Let me set the record straight. I took her for a drink after work. 1 drink. Full stop. End of story.
He looked sincere enough, and as Francis would have been the first to point out, I was in no position to cast aspersions on another man's fidelity. The following afternoon, I made my way out of town to the oldie-worldy cottage where the Railton sisters lived. Standing under a wisteria-clad porch, I felt like Alec Guinness in The Lady Killers.
Do take a fondant fancy. They're Louisa's favourites.
Yeah.
Although I really shouldn't. A moment on the lips, a lifetime on the hips.
You look very svelte to me.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Paris.
I was just admiring that vintage Beetle on the drive. Is it yours?
Daddy left it to us. It coughs and splutters, but gets us from A to B.
Frances, my wife, is a big fan of your books, Miss Railton. She's read them all. 16, isn't it?
16 novels and a collection of short stories.
Louisa looks after the Railton archive.
Quite an achievement.
Well, I started young.
Why did you stop?
Domestic problems. Father was ill. That's him.
She showed me a framed black and white photo of a stern-looking man with 2 pretty girls. Winifred, standing in the background dressed for tennis. Louisa sitting on Daddy's knee. The sisters were clearly recognisable, even with a gap of 50 years.
You must be wondering why I asked you here.
It had crossed my mind.
Have you ever done any creative writing, Mr. Paris?
In 1976 I staged a sort of rock musical version of the Bugger Vita at the Almost Free Theatre in Soho. Not your sort of thing, is it really?
Not really.
No.
But you'll understand how involved one gets with one's characters and how distressing it is to see them wrongly portrayed.
Well, at least television writers can become inured to that sort of thing.
Well, Leslie Merchant's a hired gun, not a writer.
Well, that's a bit unfair.
Well, do you know before this production he'd never read a single Braid novel?
Really?
It shows throughout. You've got so many details wrong.
Quite wrong.
Stanislas Braid is supposed to be an intellectual. But Russell Bentley clearly hasn't read a book in his life.
In his defence, a good actor can play a part light years away from himself.
You're not going to pretend you think he's a good actor, Mr. Paris.
He hasn't even got the right colour hair.
Well, hair aside, his soul is all wrong. Well, in fact, the souls of all the characters are wrong. That arrogant young pup playing Sergeant Finn. I wouldn't mind that his accent is entirely wrong if the soul of the character was right. But in the book, Finn is a melancholic, lugubrious character. He plays him like a barrow boy.
Quite wrong.
Well, thank goodness they've finally got a proper actress to play Christina and abandon that ridiculous Elvira character.
Can you imagine Stanislas Braid having 2 favourite daughters?
I'm still not sure why you wanted to talk to me.
Because you were playing Sergeant Collins. And with a little guidance, we have very high hopes that you can save the show.
I see.
So, why don't we start with you, Mr. Paris? How do you feel about the soul of your character?
2 hours later I escaped and staggered into the first pub I came to. Wednesday morning I arrived at the studio to find everyone being interviewed again about Lisa's death. I ran through my story with a bored-looking WPC with very pretty brown eyes. Then I was ushered out and Tony Reese went in. It wasn't till I was on my way to my dressing room that I realised I'd left my script in the interview room, so I went back.
Can you remember where you were between 11 and 12 last Wednesday morning, Mr. Reese?
Yeah, I was...
Sorry, I think I put my script down somewhere in here. Could I just...
Go ahead, Mr. Paris.
Don't mind me.
Like I told the other policeman, they called a tea break, I went up to the canteen for a coffee. Then I remembered I had to pick up a props list from the design department. So I went up there.
Aha! Have you found it, Mr. Paris?
Oh, sorry. I think it must have fallen down behind the filing cabinet.
What time did you get back to the studio?
I'm not sure exactly.
Would you say before or after 12 o'clock?
After. Definitely after.
I've got it. Sorry. I'll leave it to it. I knew he was lying. He knew he was lying. And I knew he was lying because I'd bumped into him in the scene dock at 11:45, moments before I'd found the body. But it wasn't proof he'd murdered Lisa, and I had other things on my mind that day because I'd finally managed to coerce Frances into a dinner date.
Well, well, Joe Allen's.
And the third most expensive bottle on the list, too.
Telly's gone to your head.
If the show's a hit, I'll take you to the Ivy next time.
You're loving this, aren't you? Taste of the high life?
Nah, it's all cobblers.
Yeah.
What I really want to talk about is us. There is still an us, isn't there? At least I hope there is.
Can't we just have a nice evening?
Sure, but why can't we have lots of nice evenings?
Another attempt at a rapprochement, Charles? How far do you intend to rapproche this time?
As far as you'll let me.
Back into my bed?
That'd be nice.
Back into living together?
Better still. What do you say?
I say my life is far from perfect, but at least it's tidy.
There's more to life than tidiness.
Order, stability, a vague air of contentment.
You see before you a contented man. I've changed, and if I haven't changed enough, I'm prepared to try harder.
You tried harder before.
We're not getting any younger.
The unrelenting approach of incontinence is not a come-on.
What about Juliet?
She's grown up, and she grew up with a largely absent father.
I was usually around.
You were usually stoned, or smashed, or chasing after that week's Flavour of the Month actress. We were never exactly the model nuclear family.
All right, but we do still love each other. Francis?
Is love enough?
Bloody hell, Gwen Reimer's just come in.
Gwen Reimer? Where do I know?
Don't turn round.
Joe Allen's is full of actresses who want to be recognised.
Yeah, but her daughter's just replaced the girl who died, and that Armani suit she's draped all over is my executive producer. Do you think there could be a link?
Gwen Reimer? She was one of the reasons we split up.
My best laid plans to get laid had gone belly up, so I lay alone and awake, trying to link missing candlesticks and Tony Reese lying to the police. The next day, I waited till the studio was completely empty, then sneaked back in to check out the props.
What are you up to?
Oh, God, Pat. I could have had a heart attack.
Guilty conscience, or just planning a candlelit dinner?
Well, I'm interested in antiques.
Then you're out of luck. Those are copies, and even they were replaced last week when some light-fingered Herbert had the others away.
Do a lot of props get nicked?
You'd be surprised what you can flog down the Portobello Road.
You didn't seriously think I was stealing?
Actors only nick their costumes.
Well, you won't see me swanning down the King's Road in Sergeant Collins's uniform.
It's a pity.
I know we've had our differences over the years, Sergeant Collins, but I know I can trust you, which is why I'm leaving my precious Christina in your capable hands. If anything happens to me...
Please, don't say that, Father.
Rest assured, Mr. Braid, your daughter's in safe hands.
And cut! Thank you very much, everyone. Hold your positions, please.
There is Les in the gallery, Pat. I'd like a word about the script if we move on.
Oh, God, here we go again. More rewrites.
Mum sends her love, Charles.
Oh, likewise. Gwen and I always had a laugh when we were working.
She said you had a good sense of humour. You need it with a script like this.
Well, I think you're doing incredibly well under the circumstances.
Mum also said you were a charmer and to watch out.
Okay, everyone, take 5 while we sort something out.
I went out back to get some air, but guess who I found guiltily rummaging behind a dustbin? Sorry, Tony. I'm making a habit of startling you. Or did you think I was a real copper?
No.
Actually, I've been wanting to have a word.
I can't. Not now. It was only a 5-minute break. Look, we better get back before Pat starts breathing down our necks.
Well, yeah.
Well, look, you know what he's like.
He ushered me back to the studio, but I made a mental note to pop back out the minute I could.
All I asked you to do was to keep an eye on Christina, but it seems even that's too much for you.
You are well out of order, Braid. In case you hadn't noticed, Christina's a big girl, and I'm a policeman, not a 24/7 babysitter.
Meanwhile, there's a homicidal maniac out there.
Tell me about it.
And hold it there, please. Just waiting for a clear before we move on.
You're massacring my characters. They sound like Americans.
We're just bringing them up to date.
But they're not supposed to be up to date.
That's right. These books have been published all over the world for decades.
This was one interruption too many for Ben Doherty, who ordered Tony to escort the Railton sisters from the premises. During the kerfuffle, I snuck back outside to have a look behind that dustbin. It was a dagger, Francis. He'd hidden a dagger behind the dustbin.
So what? That girl died from a blow to the head. She wasn't stabbed.
I know he's up to no good.
You can't go accusing people of murder because you don't like the cut of their jib.
And he's got acne.
Yeah, I don't think that'll hold in a court of law.
You know I'm off to Dorset tomorrow.
Is your murder suspect going too?
Yeah. I was serious the other night about us getting back together.
Okay, Prince Valiant. I'll set you a task. If you can go a year without sleeping with another woman, come back and ask me again.
Are you serious?
Afraid you're not up to it?
No problem at all.
And don't think you can kid me, Charles. I know you too well. One look into those eyes, and I'll know.
For a month, Dorset sweated under the hottest June on record. Then the TV circus pulled into town, and the heavens opened. The pub was all low beams, inglenooks and horse brasses.
Watch your Charles.
Oh, Struth.
My turn to make you jump, eh? Let me buy you a drink. You've been doing me a favour. I got cornered by Mr. and Mrs. Matching Cagoule, and once they're here with the telly, you can't get away.
Tony boxed me into a banquette with a view of the gents. He was being unusually cordial, but an air of shiftiness hung about him like a bad smell. So what's it all about, Tony?
What's what all about?
Life, death, candlesticks, daggers. He gave me a puzzled look, but I saw him flinch. First a candlestick disappears just before Lisa's death. Then there's the dagger I found hidden behind the dustbins. Do you need a brandy? You look a bit pale.
You've been stalking me, Charles.
Every time I turn round, there you are.
I'm a busy boy.
Clearly, but busy doing what, I wonder?
Minding my own business.
And lying to the police.
All right, let's cut the crap and tell me what you want.
I don't want anything, but I think you should do the right thing.
Which is?
I'd have thought that was obvious. Go to the police and tell them the truth.
Give me a break, Charles. What do you want me to do? Burst into tears and do the big confession scene? West End telly's insured up to the eyeballs. So what's the big deal?
Listen to yourself.
All right, what I did's illegal. But everybody does it.
I don't believe I'm hearing this.
Don't tell me you haven't.
Are you totally amoral?
What, you haven't forgotten to take back the odd suit at the end of a series?
You're talking about nicking stuff.
I thought that's what we were both talking about.
When did you take the candlesticks?
The day after Lisa died, Thursday. It was cast in the studio, so I thought no one would miss them.
But that wasn't the first time you'd taken them, was it? Or at least one of them.
You missed your vocation, Charles. You should have gone into continuity. On the Wednesday, after we broke for tea, I was clearing up and noticed someone had taken one of the pair. I knew I could still get a few quid for the other one, so I took it. 10 minutes later, the first one's back on the mantelpiece. I knew Pat would start hunting around for the missing one, so I put it back pronto. Then you found the girl's body, and the whole place was swarming with cops.
You don't know who took that first candlestick, do you?
It could have been anyone. You don't really want me to go to the police, do you?
The rain had given way to a howling gale, so I went for a walk along the seafront to clear my head and bumped into Joanne.
This is all a bit French lieutenant's woman.
Some actors go on location to Barbados. I get swanning.
There's supposed to be a good restaurant in town. Want to give it a go?
Yeah.
A bottle of Puy Fumé and a New Zealand muscat later, and life was good again. Fancy a nightcap? The hotel bar should still be open.
There's a minibar in my room.
I like it like that. Whoa.
Oh, God, my head. Oh.
You'd better take a shower. We're due on set in half an hour.
Oh, no.
Can't take your drink anymore.
Well, I feel like I've taken everyone else's, too. Oh. Don't take this the wrong way, because I'm sure it would have been highly memorable in the right circumstances, but, did I?
Hmm?
I mean, last night, did we?
Put it this way, Drink provoked the desire, but took away the performance.
Right.
Please keep those people behind the tape, Tony. We don't want Rick's beautifully framed shot ruined by yokels and cagoule. Morning, Sergeant Collins.
Oh dear. Out on the tiles last night, were we?
We got some lovely bacon rolls in the catering truck.
Leslie, a quick word.
How about two? Yes, Russell.
I've been talking to Ben and Rick, and we're a bit worried about all the number of my angels and my precious one, between Braid and Christina.
It's just the way they talk.
Yes, but it makes their relationship sound a bit iffy.
The lines are fine in context.
Yes, well, our director's with me on this one. It's just a little tweak here and there. It won't take you 5 minutes.
Excuse me, gents. I'm just going to find out if it's anatomically possible to ram a laptop up Russell.
What's the best schedule I can have a look at, Pat?
In my bag, front seat of the coach.
Cheers.
He's up to something. Right little artful dodger, that one. Warning to the wise, Charles. If he shakes your hand, count your fingers.
While everyone tucked into breakfast, I wandered into the castle ruins with half a bottle to cheer myself up after the previous night's fiasco. The first sip shot me back 10 years. Me, Francis, and an 8-year-old Juliet on holiday in Dorset. We visited Corfe and went to the miniature village, the model family in a model village. My reverie was cut short. I don't believe it was an accident.
It's bad luck, I'll give you that.
2 deaths in one production is not just bad luck. Someone must have pushed him.
It had been raining. He climbed up to take the view, slipped on the wet stone. Freeze frame, credits roll over.
And you don't see anything suspicious?
All I see are bloody rewrites and a delusional actor who thinks he's turning into Sergeant Collins and drinking his way through my minibar.
Tony was dodgy. Everyone said so. What if someone disliked him enough to kill him? He always had a scam on the go. Maybe he was into blackmail. Who do we know with profile and plenty to lose?
Well, you can rule Russell out straight away. The only secret in his closet is the mystery of his career.
Okay, Jamie. Maybe he had something juicy he was going to take to the tabloids. Yeah, this is good. I'm on a roll. A link between the death of Lisa and Jamie.
Try this scenario. A hotel maid finds an actor's lifeless body in the car park outside the window of a tired, overworked scriptwriter. But when the writer tells the jury how the actor subjected him to hours of inane speculation, they find him not guilty.
I knew I was onto something, but I needed background. So I went back to my room and called my agent.
Why are you ringing me at home? You've been fired, haven't you?
No! I need some information. Well, gossip. Showbiz gossip, and I immediately thought of you.
Dirt. Now you're talking. Give me the names.
This is Prince Valiant speaking.
How's Dorset?
Very wet. There's been another death.
Who?
My chief suspect.
The one with acne?
He admitted nicking props to flog him, and I believed him, but now I'm wondering if he was really into something bigger and in over his head.
Leave well alone. Take up knitting. By the way, how's Prince Valiant doing with his task?
Charles, just in time for a spritzer.
Actually, I just wanted to ask you something about schedules.
All work and no play. Go on then, ask away.
Tony borrowed one from you today, just before the accident.
Well?
Did he give it back?
No, but I won't hold it against him. Why do you ask?
He was wearing his backpack when he fell, but there was no schedule in it.
What? You went through his bag? I'm beginning to worry about you.
I just had a quick look before the police arrived.
It was only a few sheets of photocopy, hardly worth frisking a corpse.
Okay, lads. Rewrite's done, and not a hint of incest between Braid and Christina.
Well, let me have the pages. I'll get the scripts out.
If you don't mind, I'm going to hang on to them till the last minute, so Russell can't demand more rewrites.
Oh, we shouldn't really, but it'd be nice to make the old tart sweat a bit.
Who's for a drink? First round's on me.
All right, I'm up for that. No question about it.
Mine's a double scotch. I'll catch up with you.
Okay.
Morris, that was prompt.
Showbiz gossip moves faster than light, as, I suspect, does Rick Landor.
Meaning?
This is his first directing job since he came out of the Priory. Before that, he'd been propping up the economy of Central America.
I take it he wasn't importing endangered hardwoods.
But that's nothing compared with Russell Bentley's predilection for DIY.
Home improvement's not exactly the stuff of blackmail.
Yeah, well, he wouldn't get his sort of fixtures and fittings on a makeover show. Wait till you hear this.
I joined the others in the bar. Pat was a 100 metres drinker and the first to turn in, but Les was a marathon boozer like me, so we stayed till closing time.
There was an old actor called Russell.
Whose arse was the size of a bustle.
His hair was dyed black.
And his acting was cack.
Where's my bloody door open?
That doesn't scan.
I definitely left it shut. I bet some bugger's after my laptop. Come on.
No, what if they're still in there?
Don't worry. I'm armed with me wit. I'll go first.
All right. Jesus, they've wrecked the place.
No, that's how I left it. No, laptop's still there. Damn.
What?
The scripts. The rewrites. I left a hard copy on the table with a note for Russell and they've gone.
Waiting for 5 minutes of rain-free weather, I tackled Jamie about Tony Reese.
He was a wrong on that kid. Couldn't keep his mouth shut if there was a few to make.
Blackmail?
I did a little experiment. The night I asked Lisa for a drink, I made sure he was the only person in earshot. Next day, we're in the gossip columns. Before you ask, no, I didn't push him off that tower. I was having lunch, I got witnesses. Anyway, if I wanted to shut him up, I can afford the best lawyers in the business.
I found Rick sheltering under a golf umbrella, looking like a soldier who'd been under fire in a foxhole for a week. As I approached, he knocked back a couple of migraine pills with a double espresso.
Hit the wall, Rick.
I did that weeks ago. Life's much easier now Joanne's on board.
I thought Lisa was your casting idea.
Well, I was under a huge amount of pressure, Charles.
From the producers?
From Lisa. The truth is, she was a manipulative bitch.
But you were an item.
Well, it was fun at the beginning. Then I realized I was just another rung on the ladder, so I tried to break it up, but she wouldn't have it.
And that's when you saw her true colours?
Yeah, we spent a lot of time together. She knew stuff about me which could have caused me a lot of professional harm.
So she blackmailed you into casting?
Yeah, that's about it.
Do you think she might have tried the same trick with Jamie?
She was ambitious. Oh, she wanted celebrity, but people like that will do anything for their 5 minutes of fame.
Then a watery English sun peeped out, and the crew sprang to life. A crowd of onlookers in cagoules instantly reappeared, and I was sent to the makeup bus to have the shine taken off my face.
20 minutes ago, someone wired me up with these blood bags and then buggered off. I mean, I don't want to sound like an old fart, Charles, but there's no professionalism anymore. I mean, look at them out there. Can you imagine anything duller than watching nothing happen slowly?
You didn't see the Marat Sard I did in Edinburgh. 4.5 hours of mime.
No, spared that one, thank God. I'm so bored.
It hasn't been boring enough for me. The crew call me the Corpse Finder General. I hear this Tony lad was a less than savoury piece of work.
I wouldn't know.
I couldn't help wondering if he had something to do with Lisa Stokes' death.
Girls like Lisa don't keep skeletons in the cupboard. She'd have invited the world into a knicker drawer for 5 minutes of fame. That's no good to a blackmailer.
How do you know he was a blackmailer? He wasn't blackmailing you, was he?
I don't know what you're talking about.
We've all got a few dark secrets chained up in the old love dungeon.
Oh, very clever, Charles. Very enterprising. Tony Reese was a parasite living off other people's reputations, but I didn't kill him. I wouldn't go to prison for vermin like that.
What? Christ, you've been shot!
No, it's just a blood bag.
Trust me, Russell, you're in shock. The blood's coming out of your arm.
Oh, my God!
I went outside for help and saw a figure in a blue cagoule running away.
Someone stop that person!
But the gawping public assumed they were watching some action at last. The years of booze and nicotine caught up with me and the figure disappeared round a corner. Then I heard a familiar noise.
I cough and splutter, but I always get from A to B.
Mr. Paris. I thought I'd be seeing you, just not this soon.
We finished early due to unforeseen circumstances, but I think you know about those.
You better come in.
It was you I saw, wasn't it? You and Louisa.
You'd have made a far better Stanislas Braid. A little young, perhaps, but you've got the right sort of mind.
There's only one question in my mind at the moment. Why?
I take responsibility for my actions. But if I wanted to attribute blame, I'd blame fiction.
I'm sorry, I don't
Despite what Cyril Connolly said about the pram in the hallway, fiction can be a dangerous pursuit if an author doesn't have other distractions in life. All I had outside of my books was my father and Louisa, both of whom needed looking after in their own way. Father was a demanding, jealous man, and Louisa had her own problems.
So you retreated into the cosy world of Stanislas Braid.
He was manageable, containable. I'd never met any man like that.
Then television got involved and Braid's world became less manageable? Less containable?
Well, at the beginning, Ben Doherty seemed to welcome my suggestions, and then I realised he was just paying lip service. Lisa Stokes was a prime example. Do you know she wasn't even a trained actress, just a glamour model looking for celebrity?
But to kill her in cold blood.
Context is everything. When I saw what the stupid girl was doing to Christina, I don't really remember the exact sequence of events, but I must have acted on impulse, and afterwards I felt a great weight lift from my shoulders.
Most people would feel the opposite after committing murder.
I know. There it is.
And Tony Reese, was that impulsive too?
Doherty brought us together the day he ordered him to escort us from the studio. Tony was the type who'd do anything for money, so I bribed him to keep me informed of developments.
Mr. and Mrs. Cagoule in the pub. It was you and Louisa.
Yeah, we were in Dorset before the rest of you arrived.
And Tony was only being friendly to distract me so you could get away. That's why he wanted Pat's schedule.
He kept us up to the minute, so we were always a step ahead, watching from the wings, as it were.
Then why kill him?
Well, real life is more random and chaotic than fiction. Tony Reese happened to witness Lisa Stokes' death. From that moment on, he was just waiting for the right moment to start blackmailing us. I agreed to meet him in the castle tower to discuss terms. We argued, there was a scuffle, and he fell.
And Russell Bentley?
Well, he was a stupid man who clearly didn't understand the love between Stanislas and Christina.
He still is a stupid man.
I don't understand.
The shot only wounded him.
Thank God.
Except it wasn't you pointing the gun, was it? You said you acted on impulse with Lisa, but you're not an impulsive person. You couldn't remember exactly what happened because you weren't there. You were protecting Louisa all along.
I said you'd have made a good Stanislas Braid, Mr. Paris.
I think you've been protecting her since she was a girl.
As I said, I take full responsibility for my actions. But Louisa wouldn't have been strong enough.
Where is Louisa? She led me up to Louisa's little bedroom. The sprigged wallpaper was identical to Christina's room on set, but the telly version was too clean. Louisa lay on the bed, eyes closed, hair fanned out on the pillow, an empty bottle of sleeping pills on the bedside table. I couldn't help thinking that everything on telly is too clean, too pristine, when human lives are such a mess.
Will she go to prison?
I don't know. In the end, she killed Louisa because she wanted to protect her. The way she'd been protecting her ever since her mother died.
It's still murder.
Well, the sins of the fathers. The old man had been abusing Louisa for so long, she accepted it as normal.
The books are so cosy.
It's where she ran away to hide. And after the father died, it's where Louisa hid too. The Stanislas-Christina relationship was the idealized polar opposite of their home life.
Which is why Louisa was so attached to it.
Well, not just attached, obsessed. Winifred made Christina in Louisa's image, which is why she was prepared to murder anyone she thought was violating her perfect fictional self.
What's going to happen to the series?
We'll finish shooting it, but I think everyone knows it's going to be a bummer. It's the kind of thing that'll get shifted around in the schedules and then disappear without trace.
Money was good, though.
Oh, money was great. How about us? Will we get a second series?
I don't think I could face another repeat. Anyway, Prince Valiant's not supposed to come back for a year.
A lot can happen in a year.
I think a lot's happened in a few days.
What?
Am I right?
Oh.
I told you I'd see it in your eyes.
Nothing actually happened, Francis.
But it might have done, Charles.
Let's have another glass of wine.
Cheers.
Cheers.
In A Series of Murders by Simon Brett, Charles Paris was played by Bill Nighy and Francis by Suzanne Burden. Pat was Lloyd Hutchinson, Russell Benjamin Whitrow and Les Merchant Jeremy Swift. Winifred Railton was played by Richenda Carey and Louisa Railton by Joanna McCallum. Rick was Stephen Hogan, Morris John Glover, Jamie Sheehan Ben Crow, Tony Freddie White, Joanne Alice Hart and Lisa Stokes Helen Longworth. A Series of Murders was dramatised for radio by Jeremy Frunt and directed by Sally Avens. In A Series of Murders by Simon Brett, Charles Paris was played by Bill Nighy and Francis by Suzanne Burden. Pat was Lloyd Hutchinson, Russell Benjamin Whitrow and Les Merchant Jeremy Swift. Winifred Railton was played by Richenda Carey and Louisa Railton by Joanna McCallum. Rick was Stephen Hogan, Morris John Glover, Jamie Sheehan Ben Crow, Tony Freddie White, Joanne Alice Hart and Lisa Stokes Helen Longworth. A Series of Murders was dramatised for radio by Jeremy Frunt and directed by Sally Avens. In A Series of Murders by Simon Brett, Charles Paris was played by Bill Nighy and Francis by Suzanne Burden. Pat was Lloyd Hutchinson, Russell Benjamin Whitrow and Les Merchant Jeremy Swift. Winifred Railton was played by Richenda Carey and Louisa Railton by Joanna McCallum. Rick was Stephen Hogan, Morris John Glover, Jamie Sheehan Ben Crow, Tony Freddie White, Joanne Alice Hart and Lisa Stokes Helen Longworth. A Series of Murders was dramatised for radio by Jeremy Frunt and directed by Sally Avens. In A Series of Murders by Simon Brett, Charles Paris was played by Bill Nighy and Frances by Suzanne Burden. Pat was Lloyd Hutchinson, Russell Benjamin Whitrow and Les Merchant Jeremy Swift. Winifred Railton was played by Richenda Carey and Louisa Railton by Joanna McCallum. Rick was Stephen Hogan, Morris John Glover, Jamie Sheehan Ben Crow, Tony Freddie White, Joanne Alice Hart and Lisa Stokes Helen Longworth. A Series of Murders was dramatised for radio by Jeremy Front and directed by Sally Avens. In A Series of Murders by Simon Brett, Charles Paris was played by Bill Nighy and Frances by Suzanne Burden. Pat was Lloyd Hutchinson, Russell Benjamin Whitrow and Les Merchant Jeremy Swift. Winifred Railton was played by Richenda Carey and Louisa Railton by Joanna McCallum. Rick was Stephen Hogan, Morris John Glover, Jamie Sheehan Ben Crow, Tony Freddie White, Joanne Alice Hart and Lisa Stokes Helen Longworth. A Series of Murders was dramatised for radio by Jeremy Front and directed by Sally Avens. In A Series of Murders by Simon Brett, Charles Paris was played by Bill Nighy and Frances by Suzanne Burden. Pat was Lloyd Hutchinson, Russell Benjamin Whitrow and Jamie Sheehan Ben Crow, Tony Freddie White, Joanne Alice Hart and Lisa Stokes Helen Longworth. A Series of Murders was dramatised for radio by Jeremy Front and directed by Sally Avens. In A Series of Murders by Simon Brett, Charles Paris was played by Bill Nighy and Frances by Suzanne Burden. Pat was Lloyd Hutchinson, Russell Benjamin Whitrow and Les Merchant Jeremy Swift. Winifred Railton was played by Richenda Carey and Louisa Railton by Joanna McCallum. Rick was Stephen Hogan, Morris John Glover, Jamie Sheehan Ben Crow, Tony Freddie White, Joanne Alice Hart and Lisa Stokes Helen Longworth. A Series of Murders was dramatised for radio by Jeremy Front and directed by Sally Avens.